Hi, Steve and Caleb from Brownells, and we're back with another exciting episode of Smithbusters. Caleb, what do you got on your mind today?
Well, Steve, people out there are saying that you don't need a light on your handgun,
Okay.
and I think that's crazy because I have some lights on some of my handguns, so of course I took it personal.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't have lights on any of my handguns.
Well, that's because I took all your lights and put them on my handguns. It's just because you don't have lights. No. So here's the deal. There's been some word going around that not just lights but a lot of stuff. We're only gonna address lights in this video, but you don't need all that extra stuff on your handgun.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And okay, sure, you're entitled to that opinion, no big deal. But some of the reasonings that were given for you shouldn't have a light on your handgun, kind of got me thinking, got my wheels turning a little bit.
Okay.
So I came up with some counter arguments for him, and some experiments you can do at home to kind of help you make the decision if you should have a weapon light on your handgun or not.
Now I'm getting a little nervous.
Okay, all right. So here's the deal. This is a Surefire Turbo. It's kind of a bright light. But honestly, any modern handgun light is going to be is pretty bright, right?
Very bright.
They're
bright.
pretty dang bright. So with that being said, one of the arguments given was that in order to illuminate something, you have to point your firearm directly at whatever you want to illuminate.
Oh, I see what you
And
mean. Yeah.
especially like, for example, in the home, if you're using this for like a nightstand gun, home defense, whatever. I challenge you to do this experiment at home. Go in any room of your house, turn off all the lights, and point your flashlight at the ceiling or at the floor. Chances are you're going to illuminate that entire room.
Especially if you have a white ceiling.
My goodness, it's going to be like daylight in there. If you're using a Surefire Turbo, it's going to be super bright in there. And if you don't have a weapon light, no big deal. Just use a handheld flashlight, point it at the ceiling or the floor. It's going to illuminate that room. I guarantee you, if I take this thing in this giant studio, turn off all the lights, I'm not going to do it right now, but turn off all the lights, I can illuminate most of this studio.
All right.
And I can definitely illuminate you without pointing the gun at you. You know what I
You're
mean?
only sweeping the ceiling.
Yeah. So if you're at the high ready, turn on the light, you can see the entire room. Low ready, turn on the light, you can see the entire room.
Unless you have light absorbing paint on the walls or something.
I don't have light absorption, so we're gonna break our NDA. Sherwin-Williams is coming out with a light absorbing thing. I'm kidding. That's not a thing. I don't think.
Save that for April.
Yeah,
April 1st.
April 1st. Sherwin-Williams. There's your joke. So no, I mean that. So that argument right there made no sense to me. So okay, that one's already busted.
Okay.
That makes no sense. Okay. And then the other one is that you should get good shooting strong hand so that you can hold a light offhand. Which getting good shooting one-handed is a useful skill, especially if like you're in a situation where you're injured and you only have one hand to shoot, you want to be able to be proficient with that hand, right?
Yeah.
But to say that you should do that instead of having a handgun light in every scenario doesn't make sense to me, because here's my reasoning, and then I'll ask you your opinion,
We're
Steve.
listening.
All right. Why the heck would I not take advantage of using two hands on my firearm when I can?
Oh. Okay.
Right. Why would I feel like I'm kind of handicapping myself, forcing myself to shoot one-handed when I don't have to.
So I was more worried about having a free hand to pull up my pajamas in case they slipped down in the middle of the night.
Yeah, listen.
Had an intruder in the house.
If you have a flashlight in one hand and your drawers fall down, and you got your BJs around your ankles, and you got to reach down to pull them up, well, now you can't see because your flashlight is pulling up your drawers.
I would never guess that this was unscripted.
Well, hey, listen. Sometimes you got to talk about the real things in life. This is real. This is as real as it gets. Okay. So yeah, and I don't know if this is another sidebar. I don't know if some people sleep in underwear. I'm straight drawers. I'm not Why on earth would I handicap my? We're going back to handicapping yourself again. Why would I add another? Whatever. Anywho, what were we talking about?
Weapon lights.
Weapon lights. Weapon lights are good.
Yeah.
They're great. So yeah, that's kind of my take on it.
Okay. Any other good arguments against having one on there?
Probably, but
Other
that's
than bulk and weight and
yeah. I mean, obviously it adds bulk and weight. If you're trying to do something super small to conceal carry, maybe a light isn't the best idea. But if you're wearing some thicker clothing or it's wintertime and you have a holster that accommodates it, sure, go for it. It's up to you. But as far as a home defense gun goes, I say you always should have a light on it.
well, gives you the option of temporarily blinding someone rather than shooting them too.
Yeah, you shine this Surefire Turbo in the face. This is the X300 Turbo. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, it's better than pulling the trigger.
right. Shining in my face is demonstration, but I don't want to point a gun at my...
No, we got to get through the video.
Well, yeah, it is. We got to make sure we can. Look, I got to pretend to be professional
There'll always be people like me who just don't like extra stuff on their guns.
which is understandable. But so you're of the mindset of you don't like extra stuff on your gun. So with that being said, since you're on the other end of the spectrum, does what I say make sense?
Yes,
For once-
especially the illuminating the room
Okay.
with indirect light.
So-
I like that.
So coming from Steve knows I talk nonsense all the time, and a lot of the crap I say does not make sense. But he's saying that made sense, so that means a lot.
Right, and you've got the potential. You could hang a disco ball in each room that was spinning and disorient your adversary by shining on the disco ball.
Or you could just have a dance party in every room you go into.
It's always a party at your place.
Yeah, someone busts into your house and then you hit a Surefire Turbo on a disco ball, and then like Skrillex starts blasting. It's going to be insane. They're going to be
It
disoriented.
would drive me away.
Yeah, we just got to put on Skrillex to drive him away. We don't need any of the other stuff.
That's right.
But no, so I mean, we're just rambling on at this point, but that's all there is to it. So yeah, I would say the myth that you don't need a weapon light or a weapon light is useless is busted.
Right. It's not a sin to put a light on your gun.
Yeah, and doing that is okay too. That's not going to hurt
Oh,
your
let's
gun.
not go there again.
All right. Anywho, yeah, I'll let you shut her down.
All right. Well, if you have a light on your firearm, or you want to, or you think it's the worst possible thing you could do, let us know in the comments. We'd like to hear from you. In the meantime, hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time, I promise, with another episode of Smith Busters.